Thank you for joining us for Thankful Thursday today. I am Rebecca Odell, and this is my co-host and mother, Wendy Brimhall. And today we have a topic to share with you, and it is called Graciously Receiving Compliments and Love. So, Mom, what does that mean to you, to graciously receive compliments and love?
Well, the first thing I did was I researched the word grace, just a general definition of grace. I looked that up, and the Webster's dictionary said it is the act of giving or receiving acts which are touched by kindness and courtesy, tact and delicacy, with charm, good taste, generosity of spirit. It's being merciful and compassionate. And I loved this definition. It's from Psychology Today. They said that grace is a spontaneous gift of affection, mercy, and compassion, and it's walking lightly and leaving the world blessed by our presence. I just think that's beautiful.
That is so beautiful.
So I think that when we receive gratitude from others, which is really hard, when compliments from others, I am so embarrassed when people compliment me. And that's just been one of my things that I have a very difficult time receiving. But
that's a common thing for everybody. A lot of people, it's hard to receive praise and compliments, and I don't know, it's like we've been taught that
it's proud. You're proud if you boast about your talents and your gifts, or if you've done something good, it's boasting to do that.
Right. We don't
so I think when you receive it graciously, you're putting the other person at ease for their gratitude, instead of making them uncomfortable for thanking you, which I often do. They thank me, and it's like, oh, I didn't do that, and that makes them more uncomfortable. And it often makes them feel like they have to keep praising you for, and making you feel better. It's almost like it ends up being a reverse pride thing. For instance, I cook. And whenever I cook, I have this perfect image in my head of what I think it should taste like. And it never turns out the way I think it should taste, especially since I can only use a very few ingredients because I'm allergic to so many things. So it never has that taste that I think it should be. Other people say my cooking is okay. I mean, they eat it and they say, oh, well, this is good. And I think, no, it doesn't taste right. So they're complimenting me, and I immediately say, oh, no, this didn't turn out right. This is not good. This is terrible. And I think that makes them uncomfortable. So they keep trying to say, no, it's really good. No, it's super good. And in a way, I think it comes off as me wanting more compliments, and that's not what I'm wanting. I just have this perfectionist part of me that just wants things to be perfect, but it ends up making that other person uncomfortable, I think. And so I think if I can put that grace in me, that graciousness, that gratitude in me for them thanking me, it would help them to feel more comfortable for doing it. And so I really work on that, but it's so hard for me. What about you?
Well, I feel like I used to have a very hard time receiving compliments and receiving in general. I felt it's always been easier for me to be the giver of those things rather than the receiver. And deflect the energy and attention away from myself. And it was almost like I was uncomfortable getting attention because I felt vulnerable and exposed. People would tell me, oh, you're so beautiful. And I would be like, oh, no, you're just saying that, no, I'm not. But then, it does make them uncomfortable because like they're actually giving you a gift and you're denying it. And you're telling them they're wrong for how they feel. I mean, and it took courage for them to express their feelings in the first place. So, I mean, it puts a lot of weird energy. And I have this one incident in my life. It was probably like 12 or 13 years ago. I was in the salon and I had a client, and she would tip me a lot of money. She would give me like $50 for a tip. And I would always tell her, try to return it to her and say, no, you don't need to tip me this much. That's way too much. And she would always tell me, you are worth it and you need to be able to receive. She was mad at me because I wasn't willing to receive her gift. And she told me, I'm going to teach you how to receive because you're worth this to me. And I always remember her because it was like, here I am wanting abundance in my life, and I'm denying it when people are giving it to me.
I really like that idea of it being a gift that they're giving you, because I would never, if one of my children or somebody gave me a gift, throw it back in their face. How rude that would be. But yet they give me compliments and I throw it back in their face all the time. So I think if I thought of what they're giving me as a gift, it would be so easy to thank them graciously, because I do thank people very graciously for the gifts they give me, no matter what gift they give me. Just the thought of them giving me a gift humbles me to the core, that they went out of their way to pick something or to do something for me, just humbles me. And I'm just so appreciative of that effort. But yet a compliment, it just, no, that's not, no, you can't do that. So I love that idea of it being a gift. I think that's amazing. That right there, I think will help me make a shift in my mind. So I love that idea.
One of the things that I've worked on is being able to receive those compliments, even though they're uncomfortable to me. Somebody told me I was beautiful the other day, out of the blue. I didn't even know the person. I was just walking by and they said, oh, you're so beautiful. And I just turned around and I said, thank you so much. And now I'm able to actually receive that. And I'm no longer denying the receiving those compliments, but I had to force myself to be that way in the beginning. I had to force myself to say thank you rather than saying, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not beautiful.
I actually practiced, because it was so hard for me. I practiced saying some simple phrases of gratitude, which are forced. When I say them, they're forced. But I think just knowing that it's a gift, I think that made a shift in my head. Right.
Yay.
I think it'll be easy for me to do this now. But I practice phrases like, I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Or, oh, thank you. That means so much to me. Or I practice these little phrases that when they say it, I could say it back, but it's still not heart. It wasn't heartfelt. It's just something I can just rattle off, because I always say, oh, no is my first thing, or, oh, no, it's not good enough, or whatever, it's my natural inclination to do. Another reason I have a hard time accepting praise is because as a Christian, I do think some of the things I do, the praise goes to God. So I feel guilty accepting the praise in a way, because I believe it goes to him. And yet I feel uncomfortable telling that to people sometimes. And I think I should speak that more clearly and say, for some of these things that I do, for instance, if I give a talk in church and people say, oh, I just loved your talk, I just need to say, it wasn't me. That was God. I mean, because sometimes I do believe God speaks through me, or, and I need to give the praise where praise, I need to make sure that the praise goes to where the praise is due. And I need to speak that clearly instead of just, oh, no. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. And making them again feel uncomfortable. I need to think of it as a gift and make sure the gift is given to the right person, maybe. I really like that idea of a gift. I think I need to contemplate that and maybe meditate on that and figure out how this is going to work for me. But I think that's going to make a big change. I think we got that solved. I think that'll help a lot of people. So, yeah. And love, we didn't talk about love. Sometimes love is hard for people to accept as well. There's not for me. I love love. Give me all the love you want to give me. But I know for some people, expressions of love, like I love you, are hard to say and hard to get from people. And what do you think of that? How can people be more willing to accept graciously those compliments of love? Just maybe the same way, think of it as a gift, or
Well, I always take things to a deeper level of why am I not able to receive this? What
mhm,
in me is rejecting this? What parts of me am I not loving? What parts of me am I nitpicking to where I'm not able to see the things others see in me or feel the things others feel about me? I mean, because I truly feel that we love other people to the extent that we love ourselves. And
right,
that isn't selfish. It's actually, I think it's good to be selfish and love yourself, where most of us feel really uncomfortable. We think that's conceited, or we think that's um, being arrogant, but it's not that. It's, I love myself so much
mhm,
that I'm going to take care of my body, and I'm going to set boundaries, and I'm going to do the things that bring me joy and be around the people that make my heart explode in joy. And, you know, I love myself enough to put myself in those places. And I love myself enough to not go and do things that will harm me. Right. It's that kind of
right.
self love. And so if I'm not able to receive love from another person, to me, it's a reflection of what parts of myself and am I not receiving love from
Right.
myself.
As a therapist, one of the mistaken beliefs that we deal with the most is not good enough. That's almost the
Mhm.
root of almost every one of those things.
Oh yeah.
Some aspect of ourselves that we feel is not good enough, or just our whole being is not good enough. And it's a lie. That is just a lie that we have learned somewhere way back when, that has stuck with us, that we are not good enough. Not good enough to receive the love, not good enough to receive the compliment. If we can go back and address that and figure out why we are feeling that and why we believe that lie, and find out what the truth is, figure it
I,
out.
I
Figure
think
out
the
that we
core,
are good enough, that it
right.
is a lie. Face it.
Well, the
Face it head
core
on.
desire of our race, of our human race, is to be accepted, to feel that love. Like, we all crave that belonging. We all crave that sense of togetherness on this deep level. And so along with that comes a fear of rejection and abandonment. And
Right.
so we tend to fall in these patterns of we have to we have to be certain ways to please people in order for them to like us. And it creates these codependencies in our relationship, but it's really not coming from a place of empowerment, because we're believing that if I'm not a certain way, I'm not lovable. And it a lot of that comes with vulnerability. We have to The way to break through it is to practice and bravely opening your heart and getting vulnerable, allowing those people close to you, to see your tenderness, to see your sensitivity, to see those places within you that you think are too much, um and
And
practice
perhaps get
sharing that.
help. If this is something you don't feel you can face on your own, getting rid of some of these mistaken beliefs, there are people who can help with that, who can help you break through that and eliminate those lies from your psyche, and help you to move forward in life and leave those lies behind, so that you can have healthier relationships and build those trusting, loving, nurturing, bonding relationships that you do deserve, because everybody deserves to have those in their life.
Yes. I think it's just a practice. It's just, if it's hard for you to receive a compliment and you recognize that within yourself, just next time somebody compliments you, just prepare yourself to say thank you, even if you don't feel like what they said is true or not. Just say thank you anyway, and then recognize that within yourself. Like, why don't you believe them?
Hmm, very good. Well, thank you, Rebecca, for joining me today. I know you are super busy. It's a busy time of year for you. And I just appreciate having you as my daughter. and just being
Oh,
able to do this with you. I love just being able to put a little happiness and joy out there in the world, and a little bit of uplifting content out there on the band so that people can
me
find this,
too.
and hopefully it will bring some answers to people who might be searching for some answers. So next time on Thankful Thursday, we will be discussing overcoming obstacles with gratitude. So if you are facing some challenges in your life, there are ways to overcome them by having gratitude. And so we will be discussing that. So we hope you join us.
One of my favorite subjects.
Mine too. I'm excited to do that. I just in life, I've had so many obstacles and have been able to overcome them by having gratitude. So this is going to be fun. I'm excited. So we hope you join us then.
Thank you so much for joining us. Also, it truly brings me gratitude to be able to share this with my mother and offer this piece to the world as well. It really does bring us joy, and that's why we do it, because we promote living a joyful life and doing those things that bring you joy. And one of those things that bring us joy is being of service. So this is our gift to you. We hope you can apply it in your life, and have a great week.
Yes.
Bye.